Welcome to a commentary that's about a review on 007 Agent Under Fire, a game for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and whatever. It's a 4-minute video. I'm just looking down just to see who made this. The guy's name is Tar Heel SKK, and he made a review on this game. And it's a short review, obviously, and I don't agree with what he says, and I also feel like some of the things he points out in this video are not really are not exactly fair. You can't, like, the comparisons are pretty unfair, but I'm gonna give credit to him because he did give a pretty professional review. I don't know, you might disagree, you might like his style, but let's watch the review. He doesn't even have many subscribers. This was posted as of this time, yeah, slightly less than 2 years ago. So let's watch and let's see what he has to say about this game.
Okay, this is, I am Cade, and this is my first commentary, and I'm going to be doing a commentary on 007.
Hold a minute. A commentary? Then why did you even call this a review? What is this, a review or a commentary? Then don't mislead people into thinking this is a review if you basically said that it's not, it's a commentary. But you know, even if he says that or not, he does mention like review elements, so let's get on with it anyway.
Agent Under Fire for PlayStation 2 and GameCube.
You got your facts there wrong. It's also for the Xbox.
I was playing it last night, and I haven't played it for a long time, but I used to play it a lot when I was a kid. Like, I mean, I guess I'm kind of still a kid.
Uh-huh.
But I used to play it a lot when I was younger, like,
Yes.
me and my brother used to play it, during summer when we had free time. At the time, it was a really good first-person shooter.
Yeah, at the time it was a good first-person shooter. Okay, let's carry on. He hasn't pissed anyone off yet, I guess. Well, whoever really enjoys this game, you know. But let's continue.
I mean,
Yeah, what?
So, at the time,
Oh, don't repeat yourself. If this is a review or a commentary, whatever the frickin' hell this thing is, try not repeating yourself.
it was basically like Call of Duty. I guess Call of Duty.
No, it was not like Call of Duty. This game is a lot different from Call of Duty. Even at the time when Call of Duty was released in 2003, this is what, 2003 sometime? Something, it's nothing like Call of Duty. Nothing.
Was already out, but we didn't play it. Let's just say that. And so I was playing it last night with one of my friends. Like, we were sitting around and playing Call of Duty or playing
Oh yeah, playing Call of Duty and what else?
Battlefield.
Alright, so you're playing Call of Duty and Battlefield, right. The typical casual gamer, let's put it that way. If you sit around and all you do is play Call of Duty and Battlefield, I shouldn't really trust you for a review on anything else except for those games, because mostly people that just play Call of Duty don't have a very good sort of view on most other games. At least they won't review them fairly. They'll compare it to Call of Duty, as he does right here.
those new games that have just came out, and my friend had this game that I haven't played in forever, and I was like, oh, that's an awesome game. Let's play it. And so I picked it up, put it in, started playing it. It did not take me 10 minutes to realize that it was just horrible. I mean,
It was horrible. You know, even as much as I think the original GoldenEye hasn't aged well, that game isn't terrible, but it's not great. Like, it's not even that good because the controls suck, and the AI is extremely dated. I don't care so much about the graphics, even though the there was better graphics and better frame rates on the N64 for better games. But this game is terrible? I don't think so. It's actually quite a fun game. I mean, of course, with the control isn't like perfect, but the control's alright, and everything about this game is actually quite decent. Like, at worst, I would probably say this game is okay, but it is a good game still. Because I think games from the sixth gen? Yeah, sixth gen, aged pretty well in terms of today's standards. Because like the sort of leap ahead in graphics isn't so noticeable as it was 20 years ago or something. So that's how I feel, though. I don't know. I don't know how you feel. I think this game is still great. I could play it any day. But let's continue.
How much games have improved since then?
If this was 2005 and you were talking about a game made in 1995, I think that would have been more valid. Games haven't really improved so much. That's why I say games still haven't aged poorly from this sort of time.
It's just crazy how much they've improved. I mean,
it's just crazy how I say it improved. Crazy? Well, okay, well, let's see if you got any points to back that up.
The controls, for one, are horrible.
They're not horrible, they're just more stiff and not so, like, crisp and smooth as Call of Duty is. Still, all the aiming and swapping weapons and stuff, like, if you get used to where the mapping is, then it's all fine. It's not really much of a flaw.
It's like you use one stick to move, and the other, it's like really weird. You're playing an arcade game. It's so bad.
What? Arcade games are bad? Okay. You do realize that when he does talk about the control and how the movement is like really stupid, or how it's really wonky and dumb, you do realize you can change this control to make it like so the left analog stick strafes in every direction and the right analog stick looks in every direction, kind of like every first-person shooter.
Everything is like auto aim. Like if we were playing
you do realize you can turn that off, right?
Call of Duty and everything was auto aim, then no one would play it because it would be.
Oh my God! Stop comparing it to Call of Duty. If you're gonna make a negative review about the game, you can't go on and start comparing it to something newer. You can't say that this game is crap because Call of Duty's so much better. Obviously, it's gonna be better. I'm not saying Call of Duty's good. Like, Call of Duty, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about Call of Duty now. Call of Duty is an average game. And people go out and buy it every freaking year because it's so great, which it's just very, very average of a first-person shooter. Better than this, obviously, because the controls are, let's put it, perfect. At least for console standards, the controls are pretty much as ideal as you can get.
You're retarded.
Retarded, yeah. If you're gonna make a frickin' review, you have to kind of be a little bit more, not like formal, but saying something is retarded. Why should this be even a reliable review if you're gonna start like talking about this being retarded?
I mean,
I really hate when reviewers do that. They just sort of stop and like groan and then start saying, yeah, whatever, this game sucks. But let's continue.
It's really bad. It is really.
Yeah, this game's really bad. It's really bad. Just avoid it. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's bad.
Really bad and really stupid.
It's really bad and it's really stupid. Like, don't play it. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's dumb as hell.
And
looks like somebody doesn't have anything to talk about. Are you kidding me? I think this is a point where somebody might start laughing at you. Seriously, what the hell have you done? You could have just ended the video right here. I mean, you're 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the video. You could have just said, alright, that's my review/commentary. I give this game a 1 out of 10 because it's not as good as Call of Duty.
Okay, yep. Yep. Doop.
Holy shit! I think this is starting to become like a parody video. What the hell are you saying? Nice. So, actually, to be honest, the gameplay he's showing here is probably him playing, and he managed to get. This is quite far into the game. If he talks shit like this, how the hell did he manage to get this far into the game? Like, if you were talking about regular gameplay, you'd have to be playing for, I'd say, about 3 hours to get about this far. This is nearing the end of the game, and then he said it earlier in the video that like I'll laugh at that shit. He said that he couldn't play it for like more than 10 minutes, which is a lie. That's horrible, and that you should never play the game.
Okay, for instance, let's just break this down a little bit.
You know, it's actually really hard to take your videos seriously anymore after the stupid episode you just had there.
I get it's kind of like okay,
It's kind of like, huh?
no, it's nothing like
It's nothing like what? Speak up.
a good 007 game would be GoldenEye for
What? Are you serious? If you heard his complaints beforehand, a good 007 game would be GoldenEye. And yet that game is inferior to this one, at least in a technical standpoint. Absolutely inferior in every way. You're telling me that that game is good, but this game sucks because the control sucks. Okay. So, you're implying that the control in GoldenEye is good, which it isn't. No. Hell, the N64 controller was strange to begin with anyway.
Nintendo 64. That is an amazing, and I think the best 007 game.
Yeah, it's amazing and the best game ever. Well, not best game ever, but best 007 game. Well, you know what? If you're gonna say that, then how about make a whole different video explaining how that game is so much better than this one, instead of comparing it to something far newer.
Even though it's like extremely old, I think most people agree with me that that's the best 007 game.
No, I think a lot of people think the game hasn't aged well, and there are better games like Nightfire, for example. If you want me to go in depth with that, I will. I can make a review of Nightfire. I love that game. That's excellent. Anyway.
And it's awesome. I love that game.
It's awesome. Okay.
And even playing it now, it's a fun game. Like, even though I played it when I was a kid, and then
Yeah, and this game isn't fun. This game has better playability overall. It doesn't. Your eyes don't bleed when you look at it, for example.
Nintendo 64 was, like the shit. I played
It was. Did you hear that? Was the shit.
it. I've been playing it. I've played it ever since I was a kid, and it's not like this game. I mean, that game still feels fun. It's
Yeah, but then again, that's a whole opinion thing. It's not even a review. I mean, if you're gonna say that still feels fun just because it just feels better to play, then that's a whole opinion. That's not really like a review. Like, go into more detail.
old, but it's still really fun.
That doesn't tell anybody anything. If you just say, yeah, it's still really fun, then tell us why it's so great, at least compared to this game.
This game's old and it sucks. This game is just so bad and retarded.
Oh my god, this is actually really hard to watch because all he's doing is just saying the same thing, that it's stupid and retarded and old.
You would have to be like mentally challenged to like this game and to play this game today.
Really? So, you're gonna go out there and just say anybody who plays this game is an imbecile and is an idiot. Alright, I could say anybody who still likes GoldenEye today is an absolute retard, but I wouldn't. But of course, I don't think other people can like the game, sure, whatever. But I don't like it. Could I go back and play it? Maybe, but I don't know. But I'm not gonna call you retard if you like that game. There are good points to that game. It's not terrible.
Our time. I mean, you have to stop to aim at things. You have to
And you don't have to do that for GoldenEye? Wow, what a fucking hypocrite.
stop and you have to push L so that you can have a little crosshair thing come up and then you can.
You don't actually have to use that, you know. In Call of Duty, tell me, where does the aimer stay in the whole time? It stays in the center of the screen. When you use that aiming thing in this game, basically, it's where the crosshair moves around the screen. It doesn't stay at the center. I don't know why you're complaining about that. Hell, even GoldenEye had the same style of aiming. You had to hold, there was a certain button you could hold that would sort of give you, like, you could move your crosshair around the screen and hit somebody off to the side or whatever. This game has the same sort of thing going on. You have to still stop and aim.
Point at stuff and shoot, but you.
Really? Alright, let's just step back a bit and let's see what he was saying a little bit before that.
And then you can point at stuff and shoot, but you can't move.
Okay. You can't, like I said, the same thing goes for GoldenEye.
If this game had an online multiplayer, it would just be.
It would just be. Why are you talking about online multiplayer? This game didn't even have that. Now you're saying if it did. Well, it didn't. And don't tell me you're gonna bash the game even more because it didn't have it. Games at the time for consoles were less likely to have online multiplayer, and that was just fact back then.
It would be bad. It would be really bad.
You don't know that because you never even played it online, because it never existed online. Yeah, you're doing a really shitty job playing.
Yeah, so,
Don't blame the game because you suck at it.
This game is kind of like if you just, like, took a cookie from...
What kind of... Okay, let's hear this dumb analogy.
Like, your pantry and you just stuck it into a GameCube. That's what this game is like.
A cookie and stuck it into a GameCube. You know, I'm not sure if he's aware, but there was a guy on the internet, his name was the Angry Pissed Off Gamer, and he compared the GameCube disc to a chocolate chip cookie, and that's strangely a coincidence in this video.
It's horrible. It is downright horrible.
Alright. I was about to say right now, go make a review on it. This isn't much a review, it's more of a dumb comparison with barely any facts to back it up.
I don't really know what else to say about this game because, I mean...
You haven't even said much about the game. You talked about GoldenEye and how great that was, and did some 3-year-old mouth weirdness earlier.
It's so dumb. Like, I would rather...
The game is dumb, right? A game has IQ and has intelligence.
I would rather beat the campaign on GoldenEye 1,000 times before I play the campaign in this game.
Okay, why would you beat it 1,000 times? You still fail to say why that game is so great compared to this one.
You know, once or twice. Yes, so this is Cade, first commentary. Agent Under Fire. Horrible. Retarded.
Horrible, retarded, great. This is like the 5th time you said it now?
Dumb, stupid. 0 out of 100. 0
out of 100. So you're telling me that it's as bad as Big Rigs. Okay, take your word for it. Not.
out of 1,000. This game sucks.
Yeah, the video ends here, and that was the shitty commentary you watched, or review. So if you want, you can go check out the video for yourself and look at it without sort of my commentary here. But we're done for now, and hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it didn't drag on. It did drag on a bit long, but, well, sorry. And stay tuned for more videos in the future, and see you guys later.